My father was brought up with the understanding that these are the values that surround us in Hawaii. Aloha, that of inclusion and tolerance. Lokahi, that of living in harmony with one another. Prior to Pearl Harbor, his family's experience was very much like that of almost any other family's experience, especially, Japanese American families in Hawaii, which at the time was a territory of the United States, so part of the U.S. They all felt like they were American citizens. They were good Americans, climbing up that ladder to live the American dream. His parents and grandparents felt the same way. The whole idea is the next generation will do better. The next generation will be better. Onward and upward. That is the American way. And in a heartbeat, Pearl Harbor happens and that all goes away. They realize that everything that they'd worked for was going down the drain. All their dreams, all their hopes. They realized immediately that they were going to be suspect because their faces looked different. And that made it such that they could not enlist. They were turned away, all the Japanese Americans who wanted to volunteer. That's a pretty rough thing to go through when all your life leading up to this moment you felt that you were good Americans and that you were going to be living the American dream, and all of a sudden to be told you are an enemy alien through no fault of your own, that's a big slap in the face. And everything that happened after that, being classified enemy alien, then finally being able to enlist, but in a segregated unit, the 442nd Regimental Combat Team. And then even after they got back, all those guys got back, still facing discrimination. That's no mystery why civil rights was a big, deal to him and was something that was front and center in his consciousness.
Now, many of them faced hardship, many of them faced ridicule, many of them faced racism. Many were treated as second-class citizens, as people who didn't belong. But they didn't give up, they didn't make excuses. They kept forging ahead, they kept building up America, they kept fighting for America, like Danny Inouye, who's here. They were trailblazers. Danny, who was my senator most of my life. Love that man.